Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Vibrant Tips for a Healthy You. My name is Molly Hitchcock, and I'm a certified health coach. And tonight we're going to talk about chocolate, all about chocolate and the health benefits associated with it. So, as you know, there are different types of chocolate. You know, we've got your white chocolate, milk chocolate, very dark chocolate. So we're going to go through all of them tonight. First up is going to be your white chocolate, and a lot of people are like, white chocolate's not chocolate, because you know it's nothing but full of pretty much dairy and sugar, and pretty much they're right. But according to the FDA, what makes white chocolate is that it has to have no less than 20% of cocoa butter. Now, the cocoa butter is basically the vegetable fat from the cocoa bean. And then it also has to have about 14% of milk solids, 3.5% milk fat, and no more than 55% sugar or any other sweetener. So that's what makes up your white chocolate. But as you can see, white chocolate actually is supposed to have kind of a ivory off-white color. So just because the cocoa butter itself is actually the off-white color. So if you find white chocolate that's more white, it may not actually have that much cocoa butter or any at all, and they kind of substitute that with vegetable oil. So if you kind of think about, vegetable oil and milk and sugar all mixed together, it doesn't sound very appetizing, at least not to me, but just make sure you get a good high quality one. A lot of people like to use it, to coat treats like, strawberries and other goodies like that. So it's all in moderation. Just to also let you know that the sugar content in here is actually 23 grams, which is about 10 squares. So you gotta think it's about that much, 23 grams of sugar. And as we go on through the video, you'll notice that the sugar content will actually start diminishing. It'll be really neat. So next is milk chocolate, which when we're talking about health benefits with chocolate, they're actually talking about more of dark chocolate with like at least 70% minimum of dark chocolate, and pour milk chocolate. It has about 1/5 of cocoa in it, and the rest of it's pretty much milk and sugar, which obviously vastly reduces the health benefits. And like I said, the sugar content in this is say 23 grams for like 5 little bars there. Yeah, not much, still high in sugar, but a lot of people like to eat it, and like I said, it's all in moderation. So moving on to the dark chocolate. All right, now this is where it gets interesting. So dark chocolate, or chocolate in general, is actually from a cacao bean, okay, and for it to be made into cocoa, it is actually heated at a much higher temperature than they produce the cacao ingredients. So cacao is cold pressed production to make cocoa, which is actually more sweeter, and is actually heated at a much higher temperature, which makes cocoa. Okay, so the difference is that cocoa actually doesn't have, still has health benefits, but not as much as say the cacao. All right, so, and the most studies are actually done with the cacao chocolates. They're actually done in the raw form or minimally processed, because a raw cacao bean is actually a superfood, and it has loads of health benefits. So we're talking about, helps lower your blood pressure, helps protect your heart, even like regulates your insulin levels, and also what you mostly know dark chocolate for is to helps boost your mood and cognitive performance. But with that being said, cacao and cocoa are delicious, and they still have plenty of health benefits to offer, even in say a bar here. Okay, and like I said before, the higher the percentage of the cocoa, the better it'll be for you. So we're looking at like a minimum, 70%. So here, looking at say Green and Black's Organic, it actually states right here it's 70% cacao content. And you can see like the sugar in this is actually only 11 grams for about 12 pieces. So about 12 pieces here, 11 grams of sugar. You can see how it's much darker than the milk chocolate. Okay, and then you've got here for 85% cocoa, which is by Lind here. See how it's even darker than the 70%, and way darker than the milk chocolate there. And this one is actually only has 5 grams of sugar, and it has 4 squares is the serving size. So see here, 4 squares serving size, only 5 grams of sugar. And also what's great about it, the higher that you go up in content is the higher the benefits are going to be, obviously. But also, like I said, it says 5 grams of protein here on the 85%, only 5 grams of sugar, and your dietary fiber is 6 grams. So really, I mean, that says a lot right there. Now, not all dark chocolate is created equal. All right, just because it states dark chocolate does not mean it's going to have the same health benefits as something that actually states, 70%, dark chocolate, 85% dark chocolate. Okay, here's a tip for you. Now, true dark chocolate will most never have sugar listed as the #1 ingredient. Okay, it should always be listed below the cocoa, cacao ingredients products. Okay, so for that being said, we've got Hershey's here. Oops, Hershey's special dark chocolate. First ingredient is sugar, and then chocolate, and then cocoa butter. And then you can also see here that sugars is 19 grams for, 5 blocks. Now, of course, it is a lot healthier in the sugar content as opposed to milk chocolates. But just saying, if you're looking for all those, antioxidants and all the, helps, boost your mood and cognitive function, those kind of health benefits, you're going to want to go more in the darker range, something that actually says a percentage of cocoa that's actually in your chocolate. And then you also have, say, Dove. So that's why it's very important to read your labels. But also you have here Dove. And Dove, is a good brand and all. They actually have theirs cocoa certified, and they actually have a patented process that helps retain as much of the naturally occurring cocoa benefits. Okay, so, that's not too bad. But once again, you've got to look at the sugar content, which is, 19 grams. And the calories still 220, which they're all gonna have calories in it. This is still 230 calories for a serving. But once, what I'm trying to get across is make sure you read your labels. Make sure if you're looking for dark chocolate, because of the health benefits, the higher you go, which I believe there is up to 99% cocoa chocolate bars, and they're actually very hard to get a hold of. You usually don't see them in stores, but the highest that I've seen in stores is 90%. So if you can handle the very bitterness of that taste, go for it. But like I said, those are the health benefits for chocolate and the difference between, white, milk, and dark. And I hope that was helpful. You'll have a wonderful evening.